Hello, so here we have another war report. That's war number 7 of season 32. As you saw in the introduction, unfortunately I die in this war. So that will happen at the end of this video, you will see. I did go against my number one rule, which is don't play after 11 p.m. and I played after 11 p.m. So yeah, I took this fight, I was too tired and did something very stupid. You will see at the end of the vid what I did. So I'm taking path 9 in this war. Again, I bring Wilson Fisk with the Hood synergy. And for this war I decided to come with Captain America Infinity War as well. So the first reason why I brought Cap was because in section 2 there is a Mangog mini-boss. Typically I've been doing well with Captain America against Mangog, so I thought, yeah, let's bring him, you know. But then when I was building the team, I saw that there is this war attack buff that you can put on Cap, which is that he's immune to buffs, which is amazing. It's like the Red Guardian thing, you know. I actually saw like a Mojo in the boss circle, an Ebony Maw. I thought, yeah, that's yet another reason to bring Cap, because if I want to face these guys, that would be the perfect thing, you know. So yeah, well, in the end, I do not fight Mojo and I do not fight Ebony Maw, but I'd be happy to try it in the future, why not? But the good thing, in the boss circle, like I have another fight with the Hood. I'm taking the Hood on the safeguard node, and fantastic news, the Hood is a great pick to fight safeguard. So the reason is the detonate thing that he does with the heavy attack, you know? Well, this thing is not subject to the 1% damage cap you typically have on the safeguard node. So I don't really understand why, because when you read the node, it doesn't seem to... It sounds like it shouldn't be the case, but I'm not going to complain. It worked, so good news, the Hood is great for safeguard. So that's it. Let's now look at the war in more details. So we start with section 1. We're facing Professor X. So the strategy I should apply when I face Professor X is twofold, I would say. So first I have to reparry, you know, like I know that the guy typically when he charges, it's a non-contact attack, but I think one of the lights is contact, so you can reparry, and so that's one thing. But typically what I would have to do then, if I can't reparry, is to bait heavy and punish it. And the other thing I need to do is to pay attention to the falter, okay? Because if you hit him when you're faltered, typically you're hit back and then you cry, okay? So in order not to get hit back, what one should do is actually to attack Professor X just after he throws a special attack. Because just after he throws a special attack, he likes concentrate. You see he now on the screen, he concentrates, and then if you falter, then he won't hit you back because, let's say, he was concentrating, okay? So I failed to this rule like several times in this video. For instance, now the falter was coming and I didn't pay attention to the screen and I attacked him and I got hit back. Then I thought he was going to falter me and I attacked, but anyway, so there it worked at least. Anyway, I think so, nothing dramatic, but I think I could have played better. Anyway, And then we have a Tigra. So Tigra, it's not a difficult champ in the sense that the only thing she does is to throw unblockable special attacks when you're far away. So either like you back off when she throws a special attack, or what you can do is if you're close to her, you simply hold block and the special attack would hit your block. So typically I just run away, but it happened to me that, not in this fight, but in other fights, that I simply hold block, especially when it's a special 2. And like there, I just run away. That was a pretty easy fight in the sense that, well, the nodes were giving me rages and she seemed kind of weak too. So then we move to section 2. I will take now the first mini-boss on the right, the stun reflection node. There is Dragonman there. So stun reflection, you know, you cannot parry the opponent because if you do and you stun him, then you're stunned back. Okay. The good thing about Kingpin with the Hood synergy is that since stun is a debuff, what you can shrug it off. Okay, so you won't be stunned for long if you mess up. Okay, but the ideal thing would be not to stun the opponent anyway, because when you're stunned back, you may be comboed, you know, because there is like a slight fraction of time during which you don't shrug it off. And so basically what I do is I bait heavy by holding block, like here, and then I retaliate. You see, so there I got parried, but the good thing about the Hood synergy is that I immediately shrugged off the stun debuff. And the idea for me is like to bait heavy attacks and hit back, and then if let's say the guy is not throwing a heavy attack, then I would bait heavy. But with the power gain that Dragonman has, I can always punish heavy attacks, you know, and not really worry about baiting the heavy. Of course, you have to be careful, and you need the guy to throw his heavy attack, because if you don't, then you get to SP3, sorry. So for this reason, I brought invulnerability boost, just in case the guy wouldn't be cooperative, let's say. But the good thing about this fight is that he was willing to throw his SP2 at least quite often. So that's it for Dragonman. Easy fight in the sense that I didn't fall into this baiting an SP trap where you can't, and in the end you're being hit with a special 3. So then on path 9, the first guy is Immortal Abomination. So Immortal Abomination is quite an easy fight for Kingpin because she throws lots of debuffs. Also, path 9 gives me debuffs, so it means like a lot of rages. You see the fight has just started and I already have overpower. If you're hit block, you even have 2 overpower now. If you're hit block, you also get debuffs. So basically, Kingpin is great because of the amount of damage he can do to the Ibomination. So, and the next fight on path 9 is a Killmonger. So Killmonger, I'm a bit afraid in the sense, you know, that he can like reflect the damage onto you. I typically don't pay much attention about it, so that's why I sometimes I don't play him well. And like his power gain when he has the armor up can be quite massive too. So in the past I remember that I wasn't doing great against Killmonger. Now the idea for me is like to take advantage of the power gain, bait SP2, because it's kind of easier to bait. It's a bit like the Venom SP2 where the guy jumps at you, you know. And what I do is that I use my SP1. So I don't know if it works, but since SP1 reduces ability accuracy, I kind of hope that he wouldn't reflect the damage back to me if I do use the SP1. It seems to work, but I don't know. I'm not sure. So if somebody knows, I would like to know. Anyway, it's not that Kingpin is receiving a lot of damage, so SP Man might work. Or the 5-star is just a weak one. And there I messed up because that's another thing I should have remembered is that against Killmonger you should try not to hit block. And then we have a Mangog on the kinetic transfer node. So I've always had success with Captain America against Mangog. The reason is when Mangog throws his SP2, if you hold block, basically Captain America can glance like a lot of damage. And in the end, the SP2 is not as impressive as it may sometimes look like. Okay. Another thing that is good about Captain America is that if you have a kinetic charge on you and Mangog goes unblockable, you just need to throw a heavy attack into him so that the unstoppable goes away. Okay? So my idea here is like to bait SP1 as much as I can, use my heavy attack to accumulate kinetic charges, and then when I will be messed up by I don't know, my impatience or messed up by let's say the kinetic transfer node, what I do is simply to bait SP2, hold block, and you will see it will glance everything. There you see it, almost no damage on Captain America for an SP2 that is typically quite impressive. And the good thing is that you accumulate those kinetic charges and then you can hit him back. And then we finally get to the boss circle. So my friend Lumar insisted I take this Sersi champ on safeguard. He told me, yeah, just use the heavy attack of the hood, you know. And then I was wondering, but does the heavy attack bypasses safeguard, you know, because there is a cap like at 1%. So you cannot do this massive damage. So well, the good news, something I learned in this war, is that actually the hood does bypass the cap damage when you detonate all the hexes. Okay? So you don't need to worry about safeguard in this case, which is great. It means that the hood is a great chance for safeguard. Okay? So again, I was a bit afraid because of my lack of experience with this guy in war, you know. So I came with plenty of boosts I typically don't use. And my plan is to hope that this will work. So I had no clue whether it would. There I'm using invisibility. Bad luck, I got parried. And for some reason the first hit wasn't miss. I don't know why, but because typically the first hit has a 120 probability to be missed. So then I finally throw my SP2 and I will try the first heavy attack, and you see like massive amount of damage. Great news for this champ. Now I know I can use him on safeguard. Managed to dex an SP1, and then I'm planning to do my SP2 again. The next one. First one failed because she was throwing a heavy attack, but the invisibility is there for me to work. I parry heavy, and again, great amount of damage. And that's it. So I'm pretty happy about this fight. Might use him again in the future, I guess. And then, so Luma wanted me to take that Moleman on the right, you know, the polka dot. A fight I already took like twice, I think, in this season. I didn't have many issues, I would say, at that time. But the bad thing I did was to go against one of my rules, which is don't take a fight after 11 p.m. So you remember I was complaining about my self-control issues, last season, and I had managed to do well so far, but last night apparently I went against this rule. So it wasn't horrible, but you do something stupid and then basically you die, So I was baiting heavy. So the bad thing is there I got hit block many times. So the Moleman basically was sending me to a corner. But yeah, I was being rigorous, Bait heavy attack, bait special attack, punish. Don't hit block, because if you hit his block, he will go unstoppable. Well, there I messed up a bit. So I'm getting close to the corner. But still, I have to be methodic, Bait, heavy attack, and punish. Well, there I parried him and took advantage of the situation. That was a bit risky, but it didn't turn out so bad. Baiting another special attack. So it's getting dangerous now because I'm quite close to the corner. And you see, each time I have to bait a special attack, I have to dex his last hit, which is not very convenient. And then I did something stupid. Why did I hit block? Who knows, I was being very methodic and suddenly I did the one stupid thing that someone cannot do. So I'm still alive. But the bad thing is that I'm in the corner, I need help. If I mess up because I'm cornered, I need some life, I cannot go with, what do I have? 35%. And that's basically the issue. So it's not how I die now. The guy goes unblockable, I cannot do anything, or maybe I could, but I don't have the skill. It's because I hit block before. If I had the health to face that last heavy attack, it would have been good. So yeah, I don't know, Luma, I have to apologize, bro. That was stupid. I shouldn't have taken that fight after 11 p.m. But yeah, please don't be angry at me, my friend. So I'm going to finish this guy with the hood. I will apply the same technique, bait heavy and then punish. He doesn't have much health left. There I was wondering whether I could hit him with my heavy attack. I was a bit optimistic, but now I know that's not a good idea. So I simply use my light and medium attacks to finish him. It would have been great if I could have used the heavy, because it would have meant more damage. But and that's the end now. So great news, this war is a win. Actually we did quite well in comparison to other wars. You see, we gave up only 18 defender kills, which is great. Clearly I haven't been contributing well this time because of my death, but anyway, so hopefully with this we can get soon to tier 5. That would be awesome.